I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the wind is clear, can do.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, on with Drew Forrester. We're going to go through these Sunday, April 29th races. Only one day of racing this weekend, just a little tough. Spring training was a little hard on us with the snow and everything. We managed to get through the opening week with managed to put 14 races together, but this weekend we can only put together 8. But we'll be rolling next weekend. Kentucky Derby weekend.
Yeah, this should be our last
we do have 2 stakes races next weekend as well. But we only running on Sunday, April the 29th.
We just run on the Lord's Day this weekend.
Yes.
And speaking of Kentucky Derby, I'll put a little plug in here. Still a little bit of room here at the Derby Bar and Grill. Give us a call, 536-2978, 604-536-2978.
Yeah, get out here. Good meal, good atmosphere.
Oh, it's a great day.
There's lots going on here at the Derby Bar and Grill on Kentucky Derby Day if you're not heading out to the track. Let's get into the Sunday program, Drew. In race number 1, we got some maiden $8,000 claimers going 6 furlongs. This will be the last week. We're going 6 furlongs for all the horses anyway. Like some of the 2-year-olds will be going 6 furlongs later down the road. But I landed on the 4-horse Turf Ninja. Probably not at his best distance at 6 furlongs, but boy, he's racing fit. He's running on the tough Northern California circuit, and I thought this horse deserved a big chance. It was between the 1, Mike Grayson. There are 2 choices, and they're 2 chalk for me. Mike Grayson has speed, has the inside, good work tab for Pat Jarvis and Dennis Orojo, and this one could be tough to catch. Does have a tactical edge on Turf Ninja, but I just thought the fitness edge for Turf Ninja was a little, might put the horse over the top. I didn't see any other speed in here, so I just think the horse can sit second even. So it won't even have any traffic problems. Mike Grayson should get an easy lead, but I think the 4 is going to be the one sitting right off of him and might run him down. But I went 4-1, and I put the first-time starter O'Dexter in for 3rd for Mike Anderson, who's off to a great start. 4-1-3.
I don't have much to add. I agree. Fitness edge should be enough to get Turf Ninja over the edge. Got him on top. I actually put O'Dexter, as you mentioned. Mike Anderson off to a great start. First-time starter. Mike runs his horses, aggressively in the right spots. So this guy in for 8 with David Lopez riding. I like him for 2nd. Mike Grayson, another one to be respected here, as you mentioned. He's tough in here too. 4-3-1 for me. Same horse as Mike, just a little bit different order. On to the second, maiden 4, 3-year-olds and up, going 6 furlongs. Mike mentioned 6 furlongs all day here at Hastings. I had trouble landing on somebody I really liked here.
It's a tough race to find some form.
Yeah.
Like, these horses are, obviously the lesser lights on the backstretch, but still, they're going to put on a competitive show, but still, I know a lot of them kind of struggle.
Nobody really stands out, so I went to a horse that hasn't started. I went to the Mel Snow Runner. Time to Scoot. Nice work, a few back. 49-1 was the bullet of the day, best of 14. That might be best. Might be enough to get him over the edge here. Lenny Seashorn rides. He's in light, 117. Got him on top. I put New Dreams for Carl Lawston, a horse that wasn't very competitive last year, but now he's a 4-year-old. He's a Numani and been working lights out. That last work in 47-4. A couple bullets on the page. In for 4,000, maybe turning 4. He's turned the corner a little bit. Looking for some upside. Scott Williams off to a good start. He had a winner last week. New Dreams for 2nd, and I put El Diamante out of the Deidre Bell Barn, Jeff Birmingham, another guy who got a nice win last weekend, won the first race actually for Rob Maben. Put him in for 3rd, a horse that looks like it has some speed. Shown some speed in the maiden 8. His first start last year, was in it with Nacho and Humphrey Ladd, a couple of decent horses. In it early. I went 5-6-1.
Yeah, I just turned him around. I have the same 3 horses. I went with 1, El Diamante, inside post, has some speed. I mean, did, as you mentioned, first time out last year, battled with Nacho on the head end. Did lose that battle and ended up, finishing well back at the end, but still has speed. I think the horse is going to get the lead in here. Our other 2 races had some 4-wide trips and went to the sidelines early. The final work in 1 minute and 2/5. That was good enough for me to hang my hat on El Diamante. I don't love the horse, but I think this is probably the one to beat. I agree with the 5 Time to Scoot. Just something different. A 4-year-old that hasn't lost a race yet in its career. And,
exactly, it's undefeated.
And a lot of these horses have been beaten double digits throughout their career, so why not try this one as well? And I put the 6-horse New Dreams, 4-year-old, as you mentioned, by New Manny, a full brother to Here's Hannah, who obviously the breeding didn't, it's not Here's Hannah, of course, a 2-year-old filly champion last year here at Hastings in New Dreams. Still trying to find its way. And
the mother has one picture on her wall.
Yes,
it's not New Dreams.
Not New Dreams, yes. And a good final prep, though, in 47-4. New Dreams is in a really good spot.
Yeah.
So maybe this horse can win today. But I went 1, 5, and 6 in race number 2. On to the third race, $8,000 fillies and mares, non-2, non-3 lifetime. Actually, this is just straight non-3.
Yeah.
Going 6 panels. I just didn't like the 4 and 6. The other ones can win. I went a Star to Be off the Fitness Edge. Not crazy about the huge class drop. Mind you, it's not a huge class drop. When the horse left Hastings, it was running at this level last year and didn't win. So down in Phoenix, a lot of those allowance races they're a little inflated, but still the horse must be respected on fitness. 2 good works since arriving back here at Hastings. I went Star to Be to win it at a short price. I put the 3, Where's My Jenny, in for second. Has good speed. Dropped to this level last time and got hooked with Extramarital. And that was a tough Colleen's Diamond. There was a lot of speed in that race. Star to Be did beat the horse, but I mean, Where's My Jenny had a lot of pace pressure. This horse might not get as much pace pressure in this race, and she too has been working well. Great final prep in 1:14-3. So kind of a muddied up form on this one that you might be able to get 5 or 6 to 1 on her, and she may be pretty alive in here. And I put the 1, Coco A Go-Go. That's between Coco A Go-Go and Kodiak. Kodiak Rose can win too. 1, 2, 3, 5 can win the race.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. But it's just you got to pick. Only can pick 3, so I went 5, 3, 1.
Again, I don't have a whole lot to add. I put a Star to Be on top. Fitness Edge coming in here, race at Turf Paradise that always is dangerous. And a horse coming to the Mike Anderson Mars, as I mentioned, Mike off to a great start. Winner of 3 last weekend. Amadeo Perez, what a start he got off to. Win 4 and 9 last weekend. He's off to a great start. Star to Be on top. I put Kodiak Rose in for second. Broker Maiden in a maiden special weight last fall. On the head end. Got Where's My Jenny can go with her. There's not a lot of other speed in here. Flaming Youth, I don't think,
not fast enough.
Yeah, not fast enough to keep up with him.
Road speed. She's road speed.
Right, exactly. Kodiak Rose the second, and Coco A Go-Go to the John Snow Barn in for third. I'm with you. 5, 2, 1 for me. But I agree with Mike. 1, 2, 3, 5 will be in my pick 4s. On to the fourth race. Good Dad, 12-5 Claimer, open for older boys. Field of 8 in here. I went to the 7 Shooting Jacket. Again, as I mentioned, Mike Anderson's off to a great start. Last time we saw him, Mike claimed him for 62.50. But you go back, I mean, he's a horse that always ran way higher. His first race last year, he only got beat 3 lengths by Distinctive Passion. If you do the math, he only got beat like a couple lengths by Modern. So that was a very good effort. His first start last year. Now he's starting out at 12.5. He should like this.
He was actually in for 62.50 too. The race didn't fill. Like
exactly. I know
because he can run protected for.
Yeah, exactly for 62.50. He would have been very tough in there. I liked him a lot in there. Yeah. But I just think this race sets up well for him. I think there's enough speed. You got Born at the Track's going to be very dangerous. He's my second choice. He's quick. I think Southern Casanova after the conflict, one of the Pagliini horses looks like he should go with him. And I think it should set up well for Shooting Jacket. 6 furlongs might be a little short for him, but I like the shape of the race. And again, Mike Anderson off to a great start. Dennis Arrojo rides Shooting Jacket for me, Born at the Track in second, and Southern Casanova in for third. 7-3-5.
Yeah, I went with a 3, Born at the Track, but you're right. This race is wide open. It really depends on how the race does set up because you have quite a bit of speed in it. You have the 2 after the conflict. If Amadeus chooses to send this horse hard, this race will really get muddled up and help out Shooting Jacket, Citron Kid, or McCallum, or any off the base horses. And this race will really be run fast early. I just think after the conflict, we'll probably take a trip in behind, and Born at the Track's going to be tough to beat on the head end, even if he has to go pretty good fractions. Last year, you'll notice his best 3 races were his first 3 races.
Right off the bench. Yeah,
he should have won first time out in that waiver claiming 62.50 race. He was 4 wide the whole race. And did lose the last Seeker Award in Seeking Asylum, but then came back to run 2 big races after that, 275 buyers. He ran big races fresh, and he's been going well for Peter Milburn. And this horse looks like he's on his game again. I've seen him in the mornings. David was aboard for his last work, and this horse looks like he's going the right way. The 7-horse Shooting Jacket might benefit. Probably not a great sprinter, but
might be a little
the
short
pace scenario.
For him, but
is going to help this horse. 6 furlongs is way too short for Shooting Jacket. But if a forecasted speed duel does occur, then Shooting Jacket's got a big chance to catch him in the lane. And I put the 5-horse Southern Casanova for Patty Leaney. She's got 2 in here. She's got the 2 and the 5, and both are live in here.
Yeah.
I went Southern Casanova. Horse has had some bleeding issues in the past. Bled twice actually in 2016. If you look on the far right on the comments on the Daily Racing Form, only ran 3 times last year, but boy, did those 2 of those 3 races were very, very good. And 116 and 4, defeating Born of the Track in its final. So the horse has got the ability. Works are good. I put that one in for
works
3rd.
are really good.
I went 3, 7, 5.
I got the same ones.
In race number 4. On to the 5th race. We have some $25,000 older horses here. Optional claimer, actually, non-2 BC or non-2 or non-3 BC bred. 6 furlongs will be the distance, and I like Corky's Luck. I mean, this horse has been very unfortunate to run into Blue Law in his last 2 starts. Who came back, of course, it's the same Blue Law that won the first stakes race of the season, the Swift Inaugural.
Dusted him too. It wasn't like he got up and won by a head. He ran away from him.
He
won by 3
won
or
off
4,
his fitness and ran it good. He's just a nice horse. He's going well. I've seen the horse in the mornings. Like Blue Law looks great and is going well for Cindy Krasner, and she also saddles Corky's Luck, who was a second 2 starts back, and then Blue Law was second behind Lead 'em in Ken in another tough allowance. Just how tough those allowance races are. You'll notice a lot of allowance races in Phoenix because they don't have a big stakes program.
Yeah,
and so they have more allowances to fill the void for those types of horses. But Corky's Luck's come back and worked well, and I think he's the horse to beat. Put the 1-horse Twist Grips, always rely. This horse is always cool. I know he's getting a little long in the tooth now. He's 9 years old, but still he had another good season last year. John sent him over 5 times. He had him ready every time, and this horse didn't get beat much in any of his starts.
Exactly, nose, head.
Did take the winner's check once, defeating the Odds Are Good and BC Charlie, but he's always live. And I put the 6-horse Hanson's Victory off of his fitness as well. I went 4, 1, and 6. I've left out All Under Control, who's racing fit, but probably a little short for him. Naughty Newman's a cool horse too. Spring in Alberta, I don't know much about the horse, but he may prove me wrong. But the River's Edge horses are running well for Craig McPherson. So I went 4, 1, and 6 though.
I agree with you. Corky's Luck looks very tough, and as you mentioned, the key thing is him running against Blue Law. He's in for 25. Blue Law absolutely demolished the field in the Swift Inaugural last Sunday. So I got Corky's Luck on top. Then I went with the 2 Phoenix horses. I got All Under Control in the 2nd spot. He's running very good down there. Nice win last time for 16. He's race fit. Enrique Gonzalez rides for Mike Anderson. All Under Control in the 2nd spot, and I put Hanson's Victory in the 3rd spot for Glenn Todd. He's off to a great start. 4 winners opening weekend for the Glenn Todd barn. Aaron Greider was aboard all 4, and he rides Hanson's Victory. Corky's Luck, All Under Control, Hanson's Victory for me. I did leave out Twist Grips, and I love Twist Grips. I pick him all the time. He's a cool horse, but I'm going with the horses that have the fitness edge.
He needs pace help, but we'll see if it happens. Because he does need some pace pressure.
He's
because he is an off-the-pace type of horse.
4-7-6 for me in the 5th. On to the 6th. Maiden, 25,000 for 3-year-olds and up, going 6 furlongs as always. I went to the Rob Maben runner here on the outside. Dennis Rojo rides Mustachio. 2 good races last 2
years ago.
2 years ago. Sorry, he's been off for a year. Was hurt in training last spring, so he never did make it to the races.
Nice
but look at the works. I know, just bullet after bullet after bullet. Minute and 4/5, minute and 3/5 last time. Missed the bullet by 1 horse last time. He's ready. Rob Maben's horses are ready. We saw Perry Ann win the first race on Saturday. Mustachio. I got Mustachio on top of Next Otis. Probably figures to be your favorite. Mark Clucci batting 100% right now. Just ran 1 last weekend. Coulterbury in the last race on Saturday, and he very impressive move. Mark has his horses ready, obviously. Next Otis for me, and the very hot Amadeo Perez. Amadeo Perez was aboard Coulterbury, so these guys are 100% together right now. Amadeo is one of Mark's go-to guys. Next Otis in for 2nd for me. And I threw in Finally Famous out of the Craig McPherson barn, River's Edge Racing Stable. Only 2nd start of his career, in for 25,000. 3-year-old son of Finality out of the
Champion mare.
Spectacular mare.
Regal Red.
She's thrown great runners like Wilo Cat, multiple stakes winners. So Finally Famous. Good to see Aaron Greider aboard for Craig McPherson. Have that one in the 3rd spot. 9-7-3 for me.
Yeah, I like the 7 Next Otis. I mean, that's the horse. He looks like the speed. 21-4, 46 flat, and had Weekend Wizard, who was, he wasn't 2-year-old champion, but I mean,
1 by 8.
He's a
very tough
nice
horse.
Weekend Wizard. He's a stakes winner, and just ran into the wrong horse on the wrong day. You know, he ends up losing second by 5 lengths, but he was put away midway on the stretch turn, and that'll do it to most
Tough
horses.
to recover
get
from that,
discouraged.
exactly.
But this horse is not going to get put away by anyone on the stretch turn. This horse will get the lead. His works are good, as you mentioned. Mark's horses are ready, and I like Next Otis to win it. Put the 2-horse Lucky Ending in for second. He's got a good string of works, good final prep in 1:15 and 2/5. He likely wants to go a little farther, but a couple of his sprints last year were actually his first out sprint wasn't all that bad last year. So I just thought he was worth a look. And the 6-horse Robertino Red for Cindy Krasner, I threw that one in the mix. Nice 122 and 2 out of the starting gate for 6.5 furlongs. That was a noteworthy move.
Mike, I have to mention, I'm the one picking the 4-year-old in here. This is your angle.
I know, that's my angle.
4-year-old against
4-year-old.
the 3-year-olds.
He just missed. He's like a 3-year-old to me, though.
Yeah,
he
he
missed
missed
a whole
a
year.
yeah.
But you're right. I know.
That's your angle.
That is my angle, the 4-year-olds. 7, 2, 6 for me in the 6th race. On to the 7th race. Fillies and mares here, $25,000 claimers. Also non-2 lifetime, non-3 BC bred. 6 panels will be the distance to kick off the late double. Number 7, Omi, looks like the best to me. I mean, this horse is a solid sprinter.
Fire fresh.
This horse has run big race. Dino is off to a good start. Had nice winners with Tiptoe and Ezekiel on opening weekend. His horses are ready to roll, and Omi, I don't think that'll be in it. She's a pretty busy girl. She'll be ready. I watch her train in the morning. She's an active filly that likes to train, and she'll be ready first time out. I put the 8-horse Sail on By in for second, just in case there's some speed. I thought you would need both Omi and Sail on By, because Omi is probably the speed of the race, but you got the 1 Indy Rock, you got the 3 Northern Storm, the 4 Eco Charge, and even the 5-horse Spin to Spain, all kind of pace horses that might, there might be some collisions up front. And Sail on By, who showed a good off-the-pace move to Breaker Maiden, and then ran into Dazzling Dawn in her next start, in her only try against winners. And this one was training down in Florida at the Eclipse Training Center before coming up here to Hastings. Has 3 works for Craig McPherson in the Rivers Edge Racing Stable. Gets Aaron Grider. There's a lot of things to like, I think, with the 8-horse Sail on By. This horse could be sneaky good odds, 6-7 to 1, and you might want to throw that one in. And I put the 3-horse Northern Storm, who ran some big races last year. 1:16 and 2, got disqualified, and then came back and won her maiden her next start, and then ran into Baby's Got Tracker stablemate in her final start of the year, but she too has been training well. I thought 7, 8, and 3 were the horses. I put in Indy Rock, deserves a look. Expensive Taste, I don't know how much this horse wants to sprint on dirt. Eco Charge is interesting. There's some nice classic state. It's a good little race.
It is a good race. It's a tough one.
I just thought Omi was the most experienced one. Sail on By might have the best tactical advantage if there is a pace. 7, 8, 3.
I went to Expensive Taste again. I mean, Omi's definitely the horse to beat in here. It's basically a non-2. Omi's win 4, Been to Spain's win 7, but she was running a little bit cheaper. But Omi's the horse to beat, but I'm going to try and beat her with Expensive Taste because she's race fit. Was a highly thought of filly, ran second her first start of her life in a maiden special weight at Del Mar as a 2-year-old. Went to New York, tried that a couple times. She showed speed there. Mike got her in Phoenix. She came from just off the pace, won a maiden special weight there, came back in a nice allowance race, ran good. I think she's got the racing edge, and I think it should set up her because you have Indy Rock, Northern Storm.
Yeah, there's going to be a pace.
There's going to be a pace on. I think she can sit just behind him.
I just worry about the turf.
Yeah, I know.
Dirt.
And she's a Giants Causeway. Giants Causeway is one of my all-time favorite horses.
He's awesome.
He's just an unbelievable horse. He passed away recently, but what a incredible racehorse and stallion he's been. So I put Expensive Taste on top of Omi. Omi's the horse to beat, as I mentioned. And I put Indy Rock in the third spot, sorry. I've always liked her. I got a crush on this filly. She always runs good.
She's good.
Was impressive in her first win, and then gave Omi everything she could handle in just the second start of her life last year. I thought that was really impressive.
She's the one that could move forward a lot because that was Omi's 11th start.
Yeah.
That was Indy Rock's second start.
Yeah. And then then in October she had kind of didn't run a great race, optional 35, but she'd done enough for the year. John turned her out, but she's a cool filly. But again, I left out Northern Storm. I left out Sail on By, who could win this race on
Eco Charge. This is a good little race.
It is a
all
good
8
race.
fillies are very good in here.
2-7-1 for me in the 7th. On to the nightcap. 3 and up, $16,000 claimant event, non-2 or BC, non-3, field of 8. I went to the 2 here, Imposing Cat. Been working very good. Glenn Todd has his horses ready. Owner, breeder, and trainer of the son of Texas Wildcatter. Of course, he is a true Glenn Todd bred. He raced Big Dawson, the mare, and he raced Texas Wildcatter, the stallion. Aaron Greider rides, and like I said, these guys are just hot as a firecracker right now, as Glenn usually is early on. He has his horses ready. Imposing Cat, over the Mark Cluche runner, Catch Me. Catch Me is a cool horse. What is that? 8 of 12, lifetime in the money. He always shows up, runs tough. This is right in his wheelhouse. Got Catch Me in the second spot, and I threw in Blur's Final Command for Anita Bolton. Another one that was very good last year. You know, ran second behind a good All Under Control his first start, broke his maiden in his second start, finished off the year for 16, winning by 3. He's a cool horse. Enrique Gonzalez rides 2, 3, 6 for me.
I agree with your top two. I went to Catch Me on top, but they're interchangeable.
Yeah.
If you had to play 2 horses in the race, you're just playing 2 and 3. Catch Me, I thought, ran well behind a very hot Kermode at the end of the year. Catch Me's been
Twice.
Close to Imposing Cat in a lot of races, and just might get a good trip sitting in behind the leaders. Imposing Cat, as you mentioned, dangerous. Glenn's, horses have been running great, and up to a 44% start, and this one's been working well. He's alive in here, and I put the 7 horse, Always Sunny. He's another cool horse. Might be a little short for him, but he too has been training well. Nice little final prep in 1:15 and 3/5. If the pace scenario gets a little warm, he could make his presence felt. He's not that far behind Catch Me or some of the others either. I went 3, 2, and 7 to close out the Sunday afternoon program. That'll do it for our analysis of the races. Let's next up on screen be a quick recap. Back in race number 1, I did go to the 4 horse Turf Ninja. I'm going to go 4, 1, and 3 to kick things off. Race number 2, I went to the 1 El Diamante. Over the 5, Time to Scoot. The 6, New Dreams. What a very tough dash that race 2 is. Race number 3, I went to the 5, A Star to Be. Over the 3, Where's My Jenny? And then 1, Coco A Go-Go. 5, 3, 1 for me in the 3rd. Race number 4, I went to the 3, Born at the Track. I'm going to go 3, 7, and 5. Race number 5, went to the 4, Corky's Luck, returning to Hastings after a good campaign in Phoenix. And I go 4, 1, and 6 in race number 5. Kicks off our late pick 4. Race number 6, I went to the 7, Next Otis on the class drop. I'm going to go 7, 2, and 6. Race number 7, I went to the speedy number 7, Omi, over the 8, Sail On By, and the 3, Northern Storm, but a very contentious co-feature race. And race number 8, I went to the 3, Catch Me, over the 2, Imposing Cat, the 7, Always Sunny.
On my picks there, we go back to the first. I agree with Mike. Turf Ninja with the fitness advantage. Number 4, Turf Ninja over the 3 and the 1. In the second, I went to the first time start of the Mel Snow Barn. Number 5, Time to Scoot over the 6 and the 1. In the third, I agree with Mike on number 5, A Star to Be over the 2 and the 1. Picked a bunch of Mike Anderson horses here.
Yeah,
he's going to be sitting on his couch right now, shaking his head, cursing me.
You're killing him.
Over the 2, Kodiak Rose, and the 1, Coco Go-Go. In the 4th, I went to the 7, Shooting Jack, another Mike Anderson horse. Over the 3, Born on the Track, and the 5, Southern Casanova. The 5th, I agree with Mike. Tough horse here. Probably maybe best bet of the day type horse. Number 4, Corky's Luck, over the 7 and the 6. In the 6th, I went to the Rob Maben runner. Number 9, Mustachio, over the 7 and the 3. In the 7th, sorry, Mike, I did it to him again. Number 2, Expensive Taste, over the 7, Omi, and the 1, Indie Rock is a horse I really like.
Shed rule.
Yeah, I'm going to be banned from the barn.
If it doesn't go well.
And in the last race, I went to the Glen Todd horse, number 2, Imposing Cat, over the 3 and the 6. There we go. That's a wrap.
Thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicapper's Corner. Quick reminder, our next live cards will be next Saturday and Sunday. We
Derby Day.
2 stakes races.
Yep.
Yeah, of course, Kentucky Derby Day.
They race the
they have that
3-year-olds.
race going on other than our stakes?
Everybody
that
in Louisville
Kentucky
is going to
Derby
stop,
today.
tune into Hastings to watch the Jim Coleman Province, our 3-year-olds on the first step on the road to our BC Derby in
and
September.
the BC Oaks as well. Here's Hannah will be BC Oaks prepped on their way to the BC Oaks, but we do have the 3-year-olds are in action next weekend.
Boys on Saturday, girls on Sunday.
And here's Hannah, and the boys is Weekend Wizard. He's the reason.
Bonnie Jenny's setting up a tough one from Seattle.
Yeah. I saw that nomination in the office
Night. He's
today.
coming. I talked to Bonnie this morning.
Yep, and so it'll be a great, some great stakes action next weekend. We will have a couple of cards for you, both days starting at 150. But of course, all eyes will be on Louisville, Kentucky.
Who's your horse?
We got to go with Gunther, don't we? Justify or Vino Rossi?
Yeah, he was just.
I mean, like John.
Great supporter.
How rare
of
is
the
that to have a
industry.
BC owner or BC resident? Breeding 2 horses that are going to be in the 2 of the 20 horses that'll be in the Kentucky.
Let alone,
what are the odds of that?
not just 2 that are in it, 2 like
2
big
legit
shots, right? You're the
Justify
favorite, Justify.
and Vino Rossi.
Probably about your 3rd or 4th choice in Vino Rosso. I like Justify.
Yeah, he's a cool horse.
He's a cool horse.
He lacks experience, but he's gifted enough. Maybe he'll get it done. But
he's in the right hands.
Yes, he is. Bob Baffert, and of course, Rossi's not in a bad barn either. The
Yeah,
Todd Pletcher
exactly.
barn. So yes, exciting times next weekend. So please do come on out. If you can't make it out to the Hastings, please come to the Derby, as Drew mentioned. Still some seats available.
Yeah, one more time. 604-536-2978. Give us a call here. We do have a few booths left open. And believe me, Derby Day, this is a hop and joint. This is the place to be. You don't want to miss it.
It is a lot of fun. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time here on Handicapper's Corner.
I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do